Are you a lawyer?
No, sir, I'm a student.
You're wearing a black coat, so it looks like a lawyer. So in 12th you got 95.8
Yes.
and you had mathematics also.
Yes.
How much did you get in mathematics?
So 95.
Fantastic, great. And then you took geography
Yes, sir.
from Miranda House.
Yes, sir.
All right. Essay, competition, top performer in Terry Green Olympiad, Green Nudge campaign. So when did you do your graduation? 21.
Right, sir.
And after that,
Sir, I've been preparing for the examination.
why didn't you do your MA?
Sir, I have decided to appear for this examination in my last year of the college, and since then it's been a pursuit towards excellence. So regarding MA, sir, I thought I could pursue it later also.
So you'll keep on giving exams. How many attempts have you made?
Sir, this is my second attempt.
First was in 22.
Right, sir.
Okay. And your subject?
So my optional was geography, and sir, because that is my the graduation subject as well.
All right. Okay. So right now, geographically, which is the hottest spot in the world?
Sir, I'm not aware about the exact location. I'll check on it, sir.
Okay, if I say hottest, not temperature wise, but political activity wise, violence wise, what would you say?
Sir, I would say the Gaza Strip is the hottest right now because of the Hamas's attack on the Israel.
Who do you think is, there are two views. Israel has killed 21,000 Palestinians, they say. It's a war for Israel. And they've been accused of attacking hospitals, refugee camps. The UN has not been able to do anything. What is your opinion about the crisis and how it should be solved?
Sir, the crisis is a very unfortunate one, wherein there is collective punishment given to civilians, and the doctrine of proportionality with regards to the attack has also not been taken care of. So UN has passed various resolutions in the UNGA. And sir, regarding the solution, I believe that in the short term there should be de-escalation, but regarding the long-term solution, sir, I believe it is a very complex one, and I am not capable enough to give any answer, but history should be relooked upon and peace should be sought, sir.
Okay. You've talked like a true diplomat, but nothing seems to be happening. I mean, you're right that de-escalation, but who's going to do this de-escalation? There has to be a pull, right? What is one of the most important things to be done to de-escalate?
Sir, in my opinion, de-escalation hinges on the political will and the degree of conciliation with the leaders of Israel and other countries.
You don't think the hostages release will bring about some kind of calmness in Israeli minds?
Sir, it would be a short-term measure. Definitely, it would ease out the conflict, but the long-term solution lies in the settlement, sir, and the conciliation.
Okay, now within the country, what is so troubling about Punjab?
Sir, in my opinion, it is the drugs issue and the laxity on the part of police, because the appointment via Halka system that reduces the efficiency of the policing have led to more attacks, and in the recent times the drone attacks have also been sought, wherein the drugs were transported illegally from the Golden Crescent.
We have to mix up two things. You said the problem is drugs. The problem of drugs among youth in Pakistan is a talk about the social polity, right? And the coming in of the drugs from Pakistan is another issue, right?
So I would say that from the supply side, I meant to say the border issues, and via demand side, I meant to mention the youth laxity or the unemployment rate that is fueling the use of drugs.
But the drugs in Punjab, do you think they only come across from Pakistan?
So there might be other sources as well, but this is also one of the sources.
You don't think that the Punjab's economy, the state of agriculture, farmers ferment are enough causes, because Punjab used to supply us the bravest soldiers, used to supply wheat for the entire country. It was one of the top economic states.
Right, sir.
So that is the real issue.
Yes, sir.
Okay, last question. What is your passion in life? Apart from being very good, moralistic, God is great, I am great, flag is the finest. What is your passion? What kicks you? What gets you?
So what kept me going and what is keeping me going is the confluence of freedom and responsibility. So since childhood, since both my parents are working, so I have given the responsibility to take care of myself and my brother. So, and it has been an important journey, and I like to continue that in my future prospects as well.
Yes, Mr. Sanjay.
I'll continue from where you left, connection with Gaia Strip, right? Government of India has taken a position as to what could be the solution. What is that? And you don't, do you or you don't agree with that, because you didn't answer this question.
So the Indian government have taken the stance with regards to both short-term and the long-term measure. With regards to short-term measures, sir, there have been talks between our Prime Minister and Israel's Prime Minister to de-escalate the conflict and reduce the civilian deaths. With regards to long-term solutions, sir, the two-state solution has been sought about by the Prime Minister, and there have been talks going on, and India is using its power to reduce the conflict.
So you agree with the two-state solution?
Sir, in my opinion, it is a right step, because the peaceful coexistence of the communities should be the way forward.
Okay. Why there should be a two-state solution? I mean, there has to be a reason, and there is a background. IFS is number 2 choice.
Sir, historically, the region are being occupied by the Arab people, and with the genocide that happened, the Jews also migrated. So, in a way, both the communities view the region as their homeland. So, in a way, to provide justice to both the claims, two-state solution is the way forward, sir.
When was Israel created?
Sir, I'm not aware about the exact year. I'll check on it.
That's the reason why this whole problem has sprung up. The area used to be Palestinian. The Palestinian people used to live there. A new state was imposed upon them. That's the basic reason for this problem, right? You have done geography as your optional. What is international dateline and where it is?
Sir, international dateline passes in a longitudinal sphere wherein the western and the eastern hemisphere have different time zones, and it passes through the Pacific Ocean, and certain islands are also on that line.
Where exactly in the Pacific?
Sir, I'll check the exact figure. I mean the exact name. I'll check on it, sir.
Exact name. I'm not asking about name. It's asking about the position.
Sir, it is the 0-degree meridian that is said to be international date line.
Where? Okay. You have mentioned reflective writing as one of your hobbies. What is reflective writing?
Sir, in the simplest term, reflective writing is reflection on our thoughts, some action, or any introspective observation that have been sought in the course
So
of
it is
time.
introspection.
Right, sir.
Okay. What is the Red Sea crisis?
So recently, due to the Israel-Hamas's conflict, the Yehudi in the Yemen have infuriated the attacks, the drone attacks on the merchant vessels. And
Why?
sir, it is said that it is alleged that Iranis are behind this attack, but the real reason would come out after an unbiased investigation.
Houthis are not backed by Iran.
So they are backed by Iran, but the actual attack, that is not clear that who attacked our ships. But our defense minister reiterated that there would be actions taken.
So,
Geography is your subject. I'll try to ask few questions on geography and then some other subject.
Sure.
So first is what is GI tag? Can you define it and then tell me more about it?
Yes, sir. Sir, GI tag refers to the geographical indication tag, wherein any product or any craft that is native to a place that is being given special recognition so that it can have export, and the recognition to the craftsman can also be done. Sir, it is one of the WTO obligation as well to provide protection.
When did it become an obligation? Since when it has come into force? Under this section article?
Sir, I'm not aware about the exact article.
And when it has come into force?
Sir, as far as I can recall, it was 1998.
2003. And which is the first item in India which has got the GI tag?
Sir, it was the Darjeeling tea.
Okay, now can you define what is atmosphere? And then what are the layers? A bit about that, 5-6 lines, nothing more than that.
Sure, sir. So, atmosphere is the layer of the air that surrounds the earth. And starting from the troposphere, we go up, say, stratosphere or mesosphere, etc. The troposphere is the most important one, wherein many atmospheric phenomena take place. And in stratosphere, we have the ozone layer, which protects us from the UV radiation.
So what is the depth of this troposphere? From Earth's surface to how many kilometers or miles?
Sir, over the equator, it is around 18 kilometers, and over the poles, it is around 8 kilometers.
And the mesosphere? Any idea?
Sir, it would be above 80 kilometers. Sir, it would be above 80 kilometers.
Slightly wrong, but no problems. And then can you define what is delta and the classification of deltas?
So, deltas. Sir, I'm not aware about the term.
Delta you are not aware?
No, sir.
Delta is not alpha, beta, gamma, delta. Delta is a geographical phenomena. You have not heard about?
Okay, yes, sir. Sir, delta is the creation over the confluence of land and the ocean, wherein siltation is more. And there are various types of delta, say birds foot delta.
Only ocean and what you say, ocean and which? What is the other stream?
So, the river deposits.
When a river falls into the ocean, then only a delta is formed? Or there is any other way also? You are a graduate in geography with the 8.67 score. So I thought that I think you need okay, I leave that part. But there's types of delta also. Do you know them?
Right, sir.
What are they?
So, there are arcuate type of delta, the birds foot delta, then the triple river delta that is in the Odisha. So, sir, it depends on the siltation as
Like
well as.
Arcuate Delta, where you find the Arcuate Delta? Any river name? Can you name a river where the Arcuate Delta is there? Or where the Birdfoot Delta is seen in which river? Then third is the Cuspate Delta. What is
Sir-
the specialty of the Cuspate Delta?
Sir, Cuspate, I haven't heard of
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Sir, Nile's Birdfoot Delta is one example that is coming to my mind. And with regards to Birdsfoot Delta,
Okay, I leave the geography here and ask you about some historical things. Like, can you tell me how many roundtable conferences took place? A roundtable conference during the independence struggle. I'm just, otherwise you could say now also there is a roundtable. I'm now specifying roundtable conferences, famous roundtable conferences which took place during the India's independence struggle.
Sir, there were 3 roundtable conferences. In the first one, the Indian National Congress didn't join, so it was not fructified. In the second one, the leader of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi, joined, and there were talks there, which led to the signing of the
Who
Gandhi-Irving
was
Pact.
leading the British delegation in the roundtable conference? You know that? And when it did take place, the second one?
Sir, I'll check on the facts, sir.
You will check on the facts. And do you know who participated along with Mahatma Gandhi from Indian National Congress?
Sir, as far as I can recall, he was the sole representative of the National Congress.
And there is a very important pact which happened just after roundtable conferences were over in India, where it took place and between whom and whom.
So it was the Pune Pact that was signed between Dr. Ambedkar and the Congresses.
And Congress or Mahatma Gandhi, or who signed on behalf of Congress or the upper caste?
Sir, it was Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya.
So what was the significance of this pact? What was the significance of this pact? This was, you rightly told me that that was the important thing happened after the roundtable conference. I am very happy to hear this part, but I would like to further become happier if you tell me what was the significance of the Pune Pact, most important.
So there was conciliation that rather than a separate electorate for the Dalits, there would be reservation based on their population proportion. So sir, it is in a way a method to have Hindu or the religious unity and not a divergence, so that there would be common opposition to Britishers.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Deepti, your subject is geography. Can you tell me briefly the theory of continental drift? Who propounded and what was the evidence given to prove his theory?
Sir, the continental drift theory was given by Alfred Wegener, who said that continents drift apart from the Pangaea and hence the location is due to the rifting. So there were various evidences given, starting from the fossil evidence of Mesosaurus and from the jigsaw puzzle, the coastline of the Appalachian Plains to the Africa, they have some similarities. Then sir, glacial evidences have also been sought. And sir, it became actually the pioneer for subsequent plate tectonics theories.
And what was that land mass was called before the split happened?
Sir, it was Pangaea, the landmass, and Panthalassa, the sea. Before that, there was one more name given, that was Rodinia.
Okay. You are from Miranda House.
Yes, sir.
Who was Lady Miranda?
Sir, Lady Miranda is epitome of excellence as per Shakespeare's play called The Tempest. And Sir Maurice Goyer, who was the Vice Chancellor of Delhi University, her daughter was also named after her.
And Goyer Hall after Mr.
Morris
Mr.
Wire.
Maurice Goyer.
Maurice Goyer. and Maurice Nagar also.
Maurice Nagar.
Okay. Tell me how cyclones are named. We hear some name before a cyclone. How those names are fixed?
Sir, the overarching body that decides on the cyclone name is the WMO, or the World Meteorological Organization. And there are certain regional specialized meteorological centers, or the RSMC. In terms of India, sir, the cyclones in the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal are being named by the center in New Delhi.
Okay. And what's the difference between a cyclone and tsunami?
Sir, cyclone is a meteorological phenomena which happens when the temperature is more, and that provides the latent heat for the clouds and subsequent destruction to happen. In case of tsunami, sir, the cause is the tectonics, that is the underground earthquake or volcano.
Okay. Your second preference is Indian Foreign Service. Have you heard of Quad?
Right, sir.
What is it?
Sir, it is an international grouping which involves India, Japan, Australia and United States, and it has focus towards the free, open and inclusive Indo-Pacific.
Is it a military organization?
Sir, it is a non-military alliance that focuses on wide-ranging interest, starting from defense to scientific collaboration to AI regulations as well.
Then why China calls it a Indo-Pacific NATO?
For very good reasons.
Sir, it is in a way China's lack of principled approach towards naming an organization and Asian NATO. So, but our activities do not signify that name.
Okay.
You're a good government spokesman.
Why Gurugram is called Gurugram? You are from Gurugram?
Right, sir.
Yeah.
So, Gurugram is based on Guru Dronacharya, wherein the Pandavas, as a respect given to the teacher, donated the land, and hence the name Gurugram.
It's not Gurugam, Gudkagram.
As far as I can recall, it was based on Guru Dronacharya's name.
And what is the contribution of Gurugram to Haryana's financial, revenue?
Sir, a significant contribution to Haryana's GDP.
Approximate percentage?
Sir, Gurugram and Faridabad contributes around 80% of the Haryana's GDP, and the IT sector and the automobile sector in Gurugram has been the major contributor.
Okay. Your father is a senior engineer where? In Maruti?
Yes, sir.
Yes. That's why you live in Maruti Kunj.
Yes,
And your
sir.
mother?
So she's a government school teacher.
Is in government school?
Yes, sir.
In Haryana?
Yes, sir.
In Haryana.
Wonderful.
Okay. So, is Maruti going down?
Sir, initially post the COVID phase, there were competitions from the other players, but now it has taken its lead and it still contributes 40% to the automobile sector of India. And the recent Toyota and Maruti pact is a step in the right direction. Also, sir, they are taking certain tech savvy measures to increase its customer base.
Okay.
I think you have done a real solid job,
Yeah,
preparing for the year. So anyhow, we'll give you our feedback just after 2
Thank you,
minutes.
sir.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
आप इसको इस तरह से कपड़े को पकड़ के क्यों चलती हो?
So because sari is very new to me, that is why I'm careful.
So get used to it. When is your interview?
So 2nd January.
Oh.
You're all set.
Not much time.
Okay. You want to say anything? I'll say in the end. Then.
I'll start with that. Like what I would advise, if you don't become comfortable by second, then don't wear a sari. I would like you wear a salwar suit. That would be my first advice on that, if you don't become very comfortable. Second is that if you are wearing a sari, try to wear of a darker color. And coat, this black coat, as our chairman told you initially, it looks like a lawyer's advocate's coat. No, try to take a blue or some other color, different size. That is the advice about the clothing part. Now coming to the other parts, I would start with like in geography, where your score would be, might be for them with Miranda House background and other things, and 8.67. There a single question, my questions are quite small, not very high questions. There were mediocre questions only. There you faltered. I feel that in geography, any question not answered by you will go against you. So that would be, so brush up your knowledge of basic geography tremendously, as much as or 12th standard books, or even your earlier part, like these, even snow line a question which I didn't ask you today. I asked this question of snow line in 5 interviews, and I think not even a single boy or girl answered that question to me. So I mean to say there are many geographical terms which the replies are many times become very difficult, but I think with your background it will not be acceptable. That is first part. Second is that your current affair knowledge is also requires a lot of brush up. That's all. Then I ask the chairman sir to say.
You want to say anything?
No, just 1 or 2 comments. Since your mother is in education, maybe some questions related to the education policy and things like that. Yeah. And since you are from Haryana, 2 things comes to mind. One is the conflict that is going on between the wrestlers and the wrestling organization.
Yes, sir.
And what are the compromise achieved, what is the way forward, this, that. And the dipping sex ratio in Haryana.
Important point is, even after the WFI has been suspended,
Yeah.
the lady wrestlers are still returning their medals. Why?
So because it is not the solution is to have unbiased inquiry towards the
Okay, I'm not
allegation.
asking for your answer.
Yes.
And this is a question which might be
Yeah.
asked.
Okay.
And the sex ratio,
Yes, sir.
and what the government is doing for that, Haryana government, central government.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Yeah.
Only one advice, you don't have much time. 2nd Jan means you will be in the first day of the interview,
Yes, sir.
right? So, current developments, you have to have a good grip on that. The questions that we asked, your answers were not to the point, rather sketchy. So, read on the news. How many newspapers do you read?
So 2, the Hindu and Indian Express.
Good. So read the newspapers carefully, including the editorial page. Keep track of what is happening and some of the hot spots in the country and the world, like Red Sea crisis, Gaza
Yes.
Strip, some other places, Ukraine, and so on and so forth. Read on that. You have a good, sound knowledge, because these questions might be asked, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay, any questions you have for us?
Sir, I fumbled in the initial questions, but I think later I picked up the confidence.
Yeah, so that's all right. You don't worry about it. You see, the UPSC members who are there are old and grizzled men. So, I mean,
They will
unless
understand.
somebody is really a khattus, nobody will mark you minus on that. As far as I'm concerned, I think you're a damn good candidate. All right?
Never bluff. You
So-
don't know, you don't know. You say you don't know.
Sir,
So-
in which question you think that I bluffed?
No, you did.
Okay.
I'm not saying that.
A few questions. Anyway, see, the issue is, I think, from my point of view, I personally think you're a damn good candidate. The only thing is that wherever you don't know, say very politely that you don't, but make a very honest appraisal. Second thing is give your opinion, not facts. Facts people know. It's out in the papers. What is your view about the Hamas-Israeli crisis? You say if you feel that Israel is overdoing it, say Israel is overdoing it. But if you feel that Hamas did the first mistake, say that.
Okay.
Solution is easy, not easy, you say that. If Israel is attacking and you feel that there are beneath the hospitals the Hamas has an armory, then you say it. So there's no problem. You just speak your mind and be very, because you've got strong credentials, and they will ask you because you're from Miranda House, you've done geography, you're just the right candidate and everything. I mean, 50 years back you would have been in the foreign service, but today the world has changed, so there are a lot of other things, elements which come in. So you have to be very thorough to be in a competitive field.
Israel was created in 1948.
Okay?
Okay, sir.
So that's all, and all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Okay?
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
See you.